Hello guys, we have a mathematics topic over here. The topic name is trigonometry. So what basically we means by trigonometry is how we can define trigonometry. So if you have to define trigonometry means just split the word of trigonometry into three parts, that is trigonometry. Tri means three, gono means sides and metry means measurement. Okay, measurement. Okay. So three sides closed figure is known as what? If we are asking about any three sides closed figure, so three sides closed figure is known as triangle. So measurement of triangle. So in triangle, what we have? In triangle, what we have three sides. That is three sides. If we name it as A, B, C, as well as what we have three angles. Okay, three angles. Angle is, can we name it as A, B, C? Okay. So what is trigonometry? If you have to write the definition of trigonometry, means what we're gonna write it. Trigonometry is nothing but it is a part of mathematics, or it is a branch of mathematics which deals with the measurement of sides and angle. Why I am telling sides and angles? Sides and angles, because sides and angle, why I am telling, because three sides figure is known as triangle, and in triangle what we have three sides and three angles. So the measurement of sides and angles of a triangle of a triangle is known as trigonometry. Okay, of a triangles is known as. And now if I am telling about triangles, then there it's not compulsory that that triangle should be right angle triangle only. Okay, that can be a scalene triangle, that can be isosceles triangle, or that can be right angle triangle. Okay, that can be right angle triangle, that doesn't matter for us. Okay, now apart from that, what we have to study in that, who is the, if we'll go with the history of trigonometry, means history of trigonometry is like who has invented trigonometry. Trigonometry is, who is the inventor of trigonometry? Then trigonometry was invented by Hipparchus. Okay, Hipparchus. Hipparchus. Who was Hipparchus? Hipparchus was no one, but he was a very good or very great astronomer. He was a very great astronomer, as well as he was a very good mathematician also. Okay, he was a very great mathematician. So for what purpose he has invented trigonometry? Trigonometry, he invented trigonometry to get the exact distance between sun and our planet Earth. Okay, to get the distance between sun and planet, or to get the distance between, what is the distance between earth to star, or the distance between sun and star. To get that distance, he has invented trigonometry. Okay, now moving forward with that, apart from that, what is the uses of trigonometry? Uses of trigo. So trigonometry is used in to find any distance or height. Okay, height of a building. We can easily find height of a building, height of a building, as well as we can find the height of mountains also. How I will tell you, see, suppose here Ram is standing, this point is there where Ram is standing, this point is A, and here a point Q and P is there where a building is standing. Okay, PQ point named as building. Okay, and the distance between building from Ram to the building is 10 meter. Okay, now if we have to find the distance of this building, right, if we have to find this height of the building, if we have to find the height of the building, then this height can be easily found by using the trigonometry. Okay, by using trigo we can easily find the height of the building. What is the height of the building, and what is the distance where Ram is watching, whether the top of the building or the bottom of the building, that view and that angle of elevation can be viewed, or that angle of elevation can be like, if we know that angle, then it is very easy to find the height of the building by using trigonometric ratios or trigonometric formulas, in which we will study in height and distance. We will easily able to find the distance from height and distance. Okay, now moving forward, we will see that. Moving forward now, what is the uses of trigonometry? We are watching that. So in this use, we can easily find the heights. In similar fashion, we can find the, in similar fashion, what we can find, we can find the height of mountains also. Okay, for getting the height of mountains, we can easily find out with that. Okay, now what are the next uses of trigonometry? Trigonometry is used in physics. Okay, there is a lot of use in physics for trigonometry. Okay, trigonometry is used in each and every chapter, in mechanics parts and all, or in electrostatics and all. We use optics, we use trigonometry very much. Okay, without trigonometry we can't solve any numerical. Okay, apart from that, it is used in navigation purpose. In navigation purpose, trigonometry is used, as well as in marine engineering. In marine engineering and all, we use trigonometry. Okay, so these are the uses of trigonometry. Okay, now what exactly we have to study in mathematics about trigonometry is that we are going to deal with. Suppose this is a right angle triangle. Okay, see, in trigonometry, guys, always remember that if we have to find anything, no, so that we assume that that three side closed figure is a right angle triangle. Okay, for mathematics trigonometry, if we are taking in mathematics part, then in that what we have to assume that three sides closed figure is a right angle triangle. Okay, always remember that it should be 90 degree, then only we can find out any height, distance, whatever we have to find. Okay, so first of all, in trigonometry, what we have this is 90. Suppose this is a right angle triangle ABC. Okay, so always remember, guys, there are some functions, some formulas for t ratio, that is called trigonometric ratios, that we should be aware of. That using that ratios formula, using that t ratio, we can easily find out the distance, or else we can easily find out whatever we have to find, whether height of a building, or else we have to find the angle through which we are watching the building. Anything we have to find, we can find it out by what? By that t ratios, by that formulas. Okay, so that formula, there are six one, in which if we know about three, no, then our others three are very much easy, and that are sine function. Six function are there. First one is sine function, second one is cosine function, third one is tangent function. Apart from that, three more are there. That is very easy, I'll tell you about that. That is also very easy. If we know about these three, no, then other three are very much easy for you always. Okay, so if we move forward with that, means for sine function, what we can see, what we will write it as sine theta. Okay, and for cosine function, in is removed, we write it as cos theta. And what is theta over here, I'll explain you guys. First of all, suppose this is 90 degree, and this is the angle theta through which we are analyzing anything. Okay, this is the angle theta. So for finding the sine theta ratio, what we have to do is, for finding sine theta ratio, what we can do, this side is known as, this is the opposite side, no, from theta, this is the opposite side. If we are watching from theta, our point of reference is theta, so from theta, opposite side is this AB, right? So this side is known as opposite side. Okay, opposite side, this AB side is known as opposite side. Okay, and this theta, and due to the adjacent, what is the adjacent side which is related to theta? So that adjacent side is BC, right? So this is known as adjacent side. Okay, it is very much close and adjacent to the theta, right? That's why it is known as adjacent side. And this one, this AC, is known as hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. And another thing, that in opposite side is also known as, this is opposite side, the whatever the side which is opposite to theta is also known as perpendicular. Okay, always remember, guys, the side which is opposite to the theta is known as perpendicular, and the side which is adjacent to theta is known as base. Okay, and this is hypotenuse only. Okay, now if we have to find the ratio of sine function, that is sine theta, so this will be, this theta is here, this is theta. So what is the first function that we are assuming? We are assuming sine theta. Okay, so for sine theta, what will be the value, what will be the ratio? The ratio will be opposite side by hypotenuse, and opposite side is known as what? Perpendicular. So perpendicular by hypotenuse. Okay, the P is stand for perpendicular, H stand for hypotenuse. Okay, so if this theta is sine, if the function of that theta is sine, then what will be the ratio? The ratio will be the ratio of perpendicular, this perpendicular by hypotenuse. So the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse will give what? Sine theta. Okay, now if the function became cosine, means cos theta, then what will happen? So that cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse, means that adjacent side is known as base by hypotenuse. So if that theta function is cosine function, then what we will take? We will take it as cosine, means base. What we will take? We are taking base. This is the base, right? So we will take this part by hypotenuse. Okay, we will take this part by hypotenuse, this part by hypotenuse. Okay, always remember guys. Okay, now after that, what is the third function? If that theta becomes, if this same theta become tangent theta. Okay, if same theta become tangent theta, means tangent means omit ent, gent means it is tan theta. So tan theta will be equal to what? Perpendicular means opposite side by adjacent side. So opposite side is known as perpendicular, adjacent side is known as base. So tan theta will be equal to perpendicular by base. Okay, hope it is clear guys. So cos theta will be, if the value of theta is sine function, then it will be perpendicular by hypotenuse. If the value of theta is cosine function, then it will be base by hypotenuse, that is adjacent side by hypotenuse. And if the value of theta is tangent function, means that will be perpendicular by hypotenuse, that is opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, now moving forward with that, what I have told you, that there are more three functions that is related to that. Suppose this is a triangle ABC and this is known as base, this is base, this is perpendicular, this is base, and this is hypotenuse. Okay, now for cosine function, what we will do, we know that for sine theta it is P by H, for cos theta it is B by H, and for tan theta it is P by B. Now another three function are nothing but opposite of that sine theta, that is cosine theta, cosec sine theta, sorry, cosec sine function. Okay, another one is opposite of cos theta, that is secant theta, secant function. Okay, opposite of tan theta, that is cotangent theta or cotangent function. Okay, so if you have to find the three, we already know about it: sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. Opposite of sine theta is cosec theta. Opposite of cos theta is sec theta. Opposite of tan theta is cot theta. So if we have to find the value of these three, means it's very easy. Opposite of sine is what? Opposite of sine is cosec. So cosec will be what? Cosec theta will be what? Cosec theta will be nothing but it will be, sin theta was what? Sin theta was P by S. So this will be H by P. Similarly, cos theta was what? Cos theta is opposite of sec theta. Okay, so sec theta is what will be the value of, what will be the ratio of sec theta? Sec theta will be, cos theta was what? Base by hypotenuse. Opposite means hypotenuse by base, that is equal to hypotenuse by base. And what about cot theta? Cot theta is opposite of tan theta. So just split it, that is P by B, means perpendicular by base. So here it will be B by P, means cot theta will be equal to B by P. So it's very easy to remember the remember the ratio guys. How to remember the ratio? Sin theta is opposite of cosine theta, cos theta is opposite of secant theta, tan theta is opposite of cot theta. Okay, so sin theta is, if sin theta is equal to P by B, then sin theta is equal to P by H, then cosec theta will be equal to H by P. If sec theta is equal to B by H, then secant theta equal to H by B. Okay, if tan theta equal to P by B, then cot theta equal to B by P. Okay, now it's clear. Hope that it is clear guys. Now next thing that we have to see is, it's very simple to remember the formula and ratios guys. How I will tell you. Suppose this is a, we can know it by super diagonal. Okay, we can know that by super diagonal process. Okay, suppose this is a diagonal. Okay, we name it as super diagonal, we called it as super diagonal. Okay, so if you have to remember any formula, I'm just telling you the trick. Okay, it's very easy. So that trick is just combine, make sure that you combine this diagonally. Okay, you mix it properly. Okay, and now this center is known as 1, make it as 1, and after that what we will do, we will just make sure that diagonal is equally end to end it is attached. Okay, so diagonally that hexagonal is attached. Okay, now what we will do over here, this part we will start from this side. Okay, we will start from this side, and this side will be written as tan theta. Okay, now tan theta is equal to what? Always remember guys that tan theta is equal to ratio of sine by cos. So that sine by cos is written over here. This is sine theta and this is cos theta, and this part is right side, right? So this right side part, always see things will come. Or else if you have to write anything, no, just remember it that after sine theta is opposite of cosec theta, right? So here you can write cosec theta. Okay, cos theta is opposite of sec theta, right? So here you can write sec theta diagonally, and tan theta is opposite of cot theta, so cot theta will be written here. Okay, now after that, any formula, anything, any ratios can be made. How? See, first of all, sine theta is equal to, diagonally what it is, diagonally sine theta is cosec theta, it is opposite of this, so sine theta will be equal to 1 by cosec theta. Okay, now see another diagonal, cos theta will be equal to sec, right? So it will be 1 by sec, means opposite of cos theta is sec theta, so it will be that. Now what about tan theta? Tan theta is opposite of cot theta, so tan theta will be 1 by cot. Okay, now if you have to get any formula, means how we will get tan theta equals to what? If you have to get any type of formula, tan theta is already I have derived that, just go anti-clockwise, sorry, clockwise, this is clockwise, right? So we will go clockwise, and clockwise we can get any formula can be derived from clockwise. Okay, tan theta is equal to what? Sine by cos, sine theta by cos theta. Similarly, if we will take this sine theta, means sine theta equals to what? Cos theta by cot theta. Okay, now this cos theta will be equal to what? This cos theta will be equal to cot theta by cosec theta. Okay, in similar fashion we can get that. And what is the next thing that we can get from this hexagonal diagonal? Actually we are running out of time, so I'll just tell you. See, this sine theta into what are the diagonal written? This sine theta and cosec theta is written, no? So we can write sine theta into cosec theta equals to 1. Okay, always remember sine theta into cosec theta. Similarly, cos theta into sec theta will be equal to what? Cos theta into sec theta will be equal to 1. Okay, in similar fashion, tan theta into cot theta will be equal to what? 1. So these are the, see, tan theta into cot theta will be, because they are diagonally connected, sine theta is connected diagonally with cosec theta, so sine theta into cosec theta 1, and cos theta is diagonally connected with sec theta, so cos theta into sec theta equal to 1, and tan theta is diagonally connected to cot theta, so tan theta into cot theta equals to 1. So no need to memorize it, guys, we can easily find